Thank you. In 1952, Dwight Eisenhower was elected president. Dr. Joan Slake developed the polio vaccine. The average price for a new home was around $9,000, and in Great Britain, Queen Elizabeth II took the throne. Tomorrow kicks off the central weekend of the Queen's Jubilee celebration, so here to give us a very unique perspective on the events is former royal chef Darren McGrady. Thanks for being here and welcome back. You've been here before.
Absolutely. I was here for the royal wedding almost a year ago now.
That's right. It's hard to believe it's been a year.
I know, that's right. I was in London. I flew back in last night and I was there for the beginning, the build-up to the huge Diamond Jubilee celebrations. And there's flags and bunting and everyone's getting ready for huge parties this weekend.
What's the mood like there? I was going to ask you.
Everyone's crazy, everyone's excited, everyone's getting ready for a big lunch and the big river pageant, the biggest we've seen in 1,000 years.
When did you first meet the Queen?
I was at Balmoral Castle and I just started working for the Queen, and I went for a walk one afternoon and I saw the Queen in the distance and I started walking towards her and I was really excited, and then I saw she got her 12 corgis with her and they saw me and started barking and started running at me. So I just turned and ran and the Queen was laughing.
So has she ever gone actually into the kitchen with you?
The Queen at Buckingham Palace, the kitchen is 1.25 miles from the dining room, so we never see her at the palace. But at Sandringham House she once did. She came into the kitchen and she was watching me flip crepes, and I had 6 pans on the stove because I was feeding the staff and making about 200 crepes. And she watched and I thought, here we go, a royal command performance. But instead of saying well done or anything like that, she said, isn't that cheating? Are you not supposed to toss them rather than flip them with a spatula?
Were you embarrassed?
Oh, I was, and I was nervous because I went through every one, and at the end she said, bravo, and then walked out.
Oh, that's great. Did you ever get a chance, I imagine you did, to kind of see the Queen let her hair down and be quote-unquote normal?
Usually at Balmoral Castle, where the Queen has a staff dance, that's where she really lets her hair down, and I got to dance with her, the dashing white sergeant, so that's when you see her at her happiest.
Did you ever cook for any of her other anniversaries?
You know, I did. We're just coming up to the Diamond, and I cooked for the Queen for a Ruby anniversary, and that was her Annus Horribilis. Remember, we had the Great Fire that year too, the Windsor Castle.
That's right, I do remember that. Prince
Charles and Princess Diana separated. Andrew and Fergie divorced. It was a bad year, and she didn't celebrate it. But this year is going to be extra special. Nothing can go wrong.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. What is your happiest memory of her?
My happiest memory, I think, is seeing the Queen when she's with the family, when she's at Balmoral, when she's just letting her hair down and just being relaxed and just having fun with the family.
Do you think she's misunderstood, at least here in America, because she seems so rigid at times and very serious? Is there a big misconception about what she's really like?
Well, you know, the Queen grew up in a Victorian era, and, you know, she wears those white gloves and it's never show emotion in public, and that's why her and Princess Diana were just so different. They were just poles apart. The princess was more the sort of touching, hugging, feely royal, whereas the Queen was just completely the opposite, Victorian. But, you know, behind those palace gates, she's completely different.
She seems so sweet, too. Well, we last had you on, as you mentioned, for the wedding, and you were giving us the dish on that. How do you think the first year has gone for them?
Oh, haven't they done amazing? I mean, they've been all over the country doing tours, and I think Princess Diana would be thrilled that William chose the right bride. I think that next year is going to be all about William and Kate again, because I think that we're going to get a royal baby next year. William's already said that he wants a son or a daughter. Well,
that is the big question. You know, when are they going to start their family? Have you heard anything about them wanting to, you know, start early or wait a little bit?
Well, you know, they've talked about having a baby, and I think that's coming along. Here's my plan. Next year, this year's the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Next year, William and Kate have a baby. The following year, Prince Harry gets married, and then the year after that, the Queen celebrates 63 years on the throne, and she'll rival Queen Victoria as being the longest-serving monarch.
You have a lot of busy things planned for this family. I did want to ask you, a lot of people are still asking you about Diana. Do you ever get get tired of that?
Oh no, I always talk about the princess. You know, I know her for 15 years. She used to come down to the kitchen. I danced with her for 11 years and got to know her on a personal basis. And you know, the way that she inspired so many people around the world with all her charity events. When I cooked for her, she was patron of 119 different charities and just looking the best she ever did. And it was touching that, you know, William said in his interview this week that he remembered that he wished his mother had been there for the wedding.
I was going to ask you, that was a big interview where Katie Couric was talking to the grandsons, and what was your reaction after watching what they had to say?
I thought it was, Katie did a great job because William really opened up, and it's rare that he talks about, you know, the personal side with the princess, so she did a fabulous job there, but it just shows that even now they may be royal and they may be junior royals. Every now and again they let that sort of emotion out and they talk about their mother. Oh, I know they miss dearly. I used to see them running about the corridors of Kensington Palace together.
I imagine you did. Well, it's great to see you again, and we hope to have you on again, well, especially if all this stuff is going to come to fruition, as you predict. All right, good to see you.
Thanks so much.
Too. GMT will be right back after a short break. Stay right with us.
One of the defining sounds of the 90s is in North Texas this weekend. See Nickelback tonight at the American Airlines Center. You'll find all the important info on our website at WFAA.com/GMT. We'll be back in a flash.